Usborne Greek mythology, Echo and Narcissus. Echo was a mountain nymph and a terrible chatterbox. All day and almost all night, streams of words would pour from her lips. It wasn't as if she always had something sensible to say. Most of the time, it was nonsense. She didn't mean any harm, but her constant babble could be rather irritating. One summer afternoon, Echo was chattering away to herself as she wandered through the mountains where she lived. "Isn't it a lovely day? Oh, just look at the sunlight on the trees. Doesn't it make you smile?" she burbled. All of a sudden, the goddess Hera appeared, bustling down the mountain path in a tremendous hurry. She stopped when she saw Echo. "Have you seen my husband?" she demanded. "Oh, hello, Hera. Isn't it a lovely day? I was just saying how lovely it was when—" Echo began. "Never mind all that," Hera interrupted crossly. "Have you seen my husband?" "Zeus? Why, of course, I've met him once or twice," Echo babbled. "He's a very handsome god. I always thought. I don't know of any two gods who suit one another more." "Have you seen him today?" shouted Hera, turning red in the face with frustration. "It would be just as pleasant to see him today as any other," Echo replied brightly. "I think it would be pleasant to see just about anyone today." Hera couldn't stand it any longer. She seized the nymph by the scruff of the neck. "Stop talking such nonsense," she yelled. "From now on, you won't be able to prattle on like this to anyone. In fact, you won't be able to say anything at all, apart from repeating what anyone else says to you. Is that absolutely clear?" "Absolutely clear," said Echo, as timidly as a mouse. Hera let go of her and stormed away. Echo spent the rest of the day alone and in silence, unable to speak a word. At first, she thought she might be suffering from shock. But the next morning, she tried to speak and she still couldn't squeeze a single sound past her lips. Her heart sank. Hera had meant every word. Only when a little bird landed on a nearby branch and twittered merrily at her could poor Echo speak. "Tweet, tweet," she repeated miserably back to the bird. Later that day, she was wandering silently along a rocky path when she bumped into a young man coming around the corner. He was so handsome, she stopped her tracks and smiled at him. It was love at first sight. Unfortunately for Echo, the young man was so handsome that he was used to people falling in love with him, and it had done his character no good whatsoever. "What do you want?" he asked rather rudely. You want, was all Echo could say. "Want me, do you? Everybody wants me. I am Narcissus," scoffed the vain young man. "What makes you think I could love you?" "I could love you," Echo repeated hopefully. "Well, I could never love you," snapped Narcissus. "Love you," was Echo's sad reply. Poor Echo was so in love with Narcissus that she couldn't bear to leave him. She trailed after him, unable to say anything other than repeat whatever he said. Narcissus grew very tired of her, and because he wasn't the kindest of young men, he told her so in no uncertain terms. Eventually, unable to get rid of her, Narcissus simply took to ignoring her. He was thirsty from all the walking he'd done that day, so when he came to a clear mountain pool, he crouched down to drink from the still water. As he drank, the sun came out from behind a cloud and shone brightly into the pool, showing Narcissus his own reflection. He'd never seen it before, and now as he bent to drink, it looked as if his lips were meeting those of another person leaning toward him in the pool. He sat back in surprise. "Did you just kiss me?" he asked the face, blushing with pleasure. Looking every bit as surprised as he was, the face in the pool mouthed the same words. "I don't mind," Narcissus said shyly. "I think you're beautiful." "You're beautiful," Echo repeated wistfully behind him. But Narcissus only had eyes for the face in the pool. He smiled, and as the face smiled back at him, the young man felt a fire rising in his chest that he had never felt before. He had fallen head over heels in love with this own reflection. He bent forward in a rush to kiss the face again, but in his eagerness, he broke the calm surface of the pool, and the face disappeared. Narcissus was filled with despair. "Won't you be mine?" he cried out. "Be mine," Echo repeated mournfully. The water fell still, and the reflection appeared once more. Narcissus stared at the sad face before him. Tears welled up in the boy's eyes, just like those in his own. It was then that Narcissus realized who the face was. "It's me," he whispered. "I'm in love with Narcissus." "I'm in love with Narcissus," repeated Echo's barely audible voice. Despite realizing his mistake, Narcissus still couldn't drag himself away from his own reflection. He remained there, staring longingly into the pool until night fell. When the moon came out, he rejoiced in the reflection's dim reappearance, and when the sun finally rose, he smiled in relief at himself. Day after day he lay there beside the pool, the rest of the world entirely forgotten. Echo couldn't bear to leave either. She watched with despair as the young man she loved grew pale and thin. Gradually, the bloom faded from Echo's own cheeks, and her face paled until she could barely be seen in the harsh sunlight. In fact, soon her body itself began to fade. Gradually, she pined away for her love until she was nothing but a voice on the breeze, repeating its very sigh. Not that Narcissus noticed. He was completely absorbed in himself. He watched his own cheeks grow paler and thinner, and his eyes burn even more feverishly with love. Eventually, Narcissus dwindled away to nothing at all. In his place, by the side of the pool, a yellow flower grew, which has been known by his name ever since. As for Echo, her voice remained, blown by the wind to different parts of the world. Being a mountain nymph, she prefers to haunt mountainous or rocky places. If you call out in places such as those, sometimes you may hear her mournfully repeating your words back to you.